Undoubtedly, one of the most pivotal moments in all of Star Wars, and arguably the most important, is the throne room scene from Return of the Jedi. Today, I'll be kicking off a new series, Star Wars Scenes Explained, by exploring the profound significance and impact of this iconic moment on our beloved characters. If you enjoy content like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. In this series, I'll dive into key Star Wars scenes, sharing behind the scenes facts, story, and thematic context, and much more. Now, I'll stop wasting your time and let's get right into the video. The throne room scene in Return of the Jedi is not just the emotional climax of the film, it is the thematic resolution of the entire Star Wars saga. This moment encapsulates the core of what Star Wars is truly about: redemption, the eternal struggle between good and evil, and the triumph of light over darkness. At the heart of this scene are three characters: Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, and the Emperor. Each represents a different aspect of the Force, and together they highlight the balance between the light and the dark that defines the saga. But what makes this scene so powerful is how it showcases the possibility of redemption, even for the darkest of souls, and how the Force is not about choosing one side over the other, but about balance. Now, the overarching theme of Star Wars, good versus evil, light versus dark, goes beyond the simple dichotomy of the two sides of the Force. In fact, George Lucas, the creator of Star Wars, once explained that people don't actually realize it's actually a soap opera and it's about family problems, it's not about spaceships. This is essential to understanding the throne room scene. It's not just about the battle between the light and the dark, it's about the family dynamic within the Skywalker family, the choices they make, and the consequences of those choices. This theme is reflected in the central conflict of the trilogy: Luke's struggle to save his father, Darth Vader, and prevent himself from falling to the dark side. Although Star Wars has some incredible world building and creativity, at the end of the day, it's a story about family. In the story conference for Return of the Jedi, there was an important discussion about Luke's mission, especially when it came to confronting his father. The key takeaway was that Luke, as a Jedi, cannot kill for the sake of killing. The Sith may embrace this, but for Luke, the mission isn't about destroying his father. As George Lucas and the writers discussed, the issue isn't that Luke will kill his father outright, but that, in defending himself, he might be forced to do so. Luke, however, doesn't believe that his father will kill him. He has seen evidence of good in Vader. After all, he could have killed Luke in The Empire Strikes Back, but didn't. This belief in the possibility of redemption is what drives Luke's action in the throne room, where he refuses to fight Vader despite the Emperor's provocations. And Luke's determination to redeem his father is further fueled by his conversation with Vader on Endor, prior to the throne room scene, and in that moment, Luke surrenders himself to Vader's capture and walks alongside him, desperately trying to convince Vader that there's still good within him. Let's take a look at that scene for a bit more context.
That name no longer has any meaning for me.
It is the name of your true self you've only forgotten. I know there is good in you. The Emperor hasn't driven it from you fully. That was why you couldn't destroy me. That's why you won't bring me to your Emperor now. I will not turn, and you'll be forced to kill me.
If that is your destiny.
Search your feelings, Father. You can't do this. I feel the conflict within you. Let go of your hate.
It is too late for me, son.
Then my father is truly dead.
George Lucas also described how Star Wars reflects universal human struggles. He said, "What these films deal with is the fact that we all have good and evil inside of us, and that we choose which way we want the balance to go." This idea is at the core of the throne room scene. While the Emperor embodies evil and manipulation, Vader's a tragic figure, a man torn between the light and the dark sides of the Force. And Luke represents hope, belief, and the possibility of redemption. See, Luke's refusal to succumb to the dark side and his faith in his father's ability to choose good ultimately brings about Vader's redemption. Luke is the catalyst of Anakin's return in the completion of Vader's character arc from rise, fall, and redemption. Now, the emotional climax of the throne room scene comes when Vader, having witnessed his son's suffering, makes the ultimate sacrifice. He chooses to save Luke, throwing the Emperor into the reactor shaft, thus ending Palpatine's reign of terror. In this act of selflessness, Vader is redeemed and the balance of the Force is restored. The Emperor, who had been manipulating both Luke and Vader, is defeated and the galaxy is freed from his tyranny. The story of Star Wars is not about the lightsaber battles or spaceships, it's about family, choices, and the constant struggle between good and evil that exists within all of us. The throne room scene encapsulates all of these themes, and it shows us that redemption is possible no matter how far one has fallen, and that in the end, good will always triumph over evil because it is a choice we all can make. This is what makes the scene so powerful. It's the culmination of not only Luke's journey, it's also the redemption of Anakin Skywalker and the end of the Emperor's reign, all woven together in the heart and soul of Star Wars, making for a beautiful ending to an incredible story.